Friends, I am V.K. Sharma from KVC Clients Merit. Today we are going to study part 2 of our chapter number 14 of textbook Biomolecules. In part 1 of video, I talked about carbohydrates and vitamins. Now we will study further about proteins and nucleic acids. Let's begin with proteins. Proteins are the most abundant biomolecules of living system. The main sources of proteins are milk, cheese, pulses, peanuts, fish, meat, etc. They are required for our growth and maintenance of body. The word protein is derived from the Greek word proteos, which means primary or prime importance. All proteins are polymers of alpha amino acids. Now, we will say something about amino acids. Amino acids contains amino and carboxylic functional groups. Depending upon the relative position of amino groups with respect to carboxylic group, the amino acids can be classified as alpha, beta, gamma, or delta. Only alpha amino acids are obtained on hydrolysis of proteins. They may contain other functional groups also. All amino acids have tribal names, which usually reflect the property of the compound or its source. For example, glycine is named as glycine since it has sweet taste. In Greek language, glycose means sweet. Similarly, triosine was first obtained from cheese. In Greek language, triose means cheese. Amino acids are generally represented by 3 letters or 3 symbols, sometimes 1 letter only. Now, classification of amino acids. Amino acids are classified as acidic, basic or neutral depending upon the relative position of amino and carboxylic groups. In the molecule, equal number of amino and carboxylic groups makes it neutral. More number of amino groups makes it basic, and more number of carboxylic group make it acidic. The amino acids which can be synthesized in the body are known as non-essential amino acids. On the other hand, those amino acids which are not synthesized in our body and must be taken through diet are known as essential amino acids. Now we come to concept of deuterions. Amino acids are usually colorless crystalline solids. They are water soluble. High melting solids and behave like salts rather than simple amines or carboxylic acid. This behavior is due to the presence of both acidic and basic groups present in the same molecule. In aqueous solution, the carboxylic group loses a proton and amino groups accept this proton, giving to a dipolar ion, which is known as deuterion. It is also shown in the figure. This is neutral but contains both positive and negative charge. In deuterions form, amino acids show amphoteric behavior as they react both with acids and basic. Except glycine, all other naturally occurring amino acids are optically active. Since alpha carbon atom is asymmetric, these exist both in D and L form. Most naturally occurring amino acids have LIGO configuration. L amino acids are represented by writing the amino group on left hand side. Structure of protein. As we know that the proteins are polymers of alpha amino acids and they are connected to each other by peptide bond or peptide linkage. Chemically, peptide linkage is an amide formed between carboxylic group and amino group. The reaction between two molecules of similar or different amino acids proceeds through the combination of amino group of one molecule and carboxylic group of other molecule. This results in the elimination of one water molecule and formation of peptide linkage, that is CONH, takes place. The product of the reaction is called a dipeptide because it is made up of two amino acids. If a third amino acid combines to a dipeptide, the product is called tripeptide. Similarly, a tripeptide contains three amino acids linked by two peptide linkages. Similarly, when 4, 5 or 6 amino acids are linked, they respectively form tetrapeptide, pentapeptide or hexapeptide respectively. When the number of such amino acids is more than 10, then the product is called polypeptide. A polypeptide with more than 100 amino acids having mass higher than 10,000 units is called a protein. However, there is no sharp distinction between a polypeptide and protein. Polypeptide with fewer amino acids are likely to be called proteins if they ordinarily have a well-defined conformation of protein. For example, insulin, which contains only 51 amino acids. Proteins can be classified into two types. One is fibrous protein and the next is globular proteins. Fibrous proteins, when polypeptide chain run parallel and they are held together by hydrogen and disulfide bonds, then fiber-like structure is formed, which is called fibrous proteins. For example, keratin and myosin. Myosin is present in muscles. Globular proteins. When polypeptide chain coil around to give a spherical shape, it is called globular proteins. These are usually soluble in water. Insulin, L, and albumins are the common examples of globular proteins. Structure and shape of protein can be studied at 4 different levels. That is primary, secondary, tertiary and quaternary. Each level becomes more complex than the previous one. First, we will say something about primary. Primary structure of proteins. Proteins may have one or more polypeptide chains. Each polypeptide in a protein has amino acids linked with each other in a specific sequence, and it is the sequence of amino acids that is said to be primary structure of protein. Now, secondary structure of proteins. The secondary structure of protein refers to shape in which a long polypeptide chain can exist. They are found to exist in two different types of structures: alpha helix structure and beta pleated sheet. These structures arise due to the regular folding of backbone of polypeptide chain due to hydrogen bonding between Cu and NH group of peptide bond. Alpha helix is one of the most common ways in which a polypeptide chain forms all possible hydrogen bonds by twisting into a right-handed screw with NH group of each amino acid residue hydrogen bonded to the CO group of adjacent helix. In beta structure, all peptide chains are stretched out to nearly maximum extension and then laid side by side, which are held together by intermolecular hydrogen bonds. The structure resembles the pleated folds of drapery and therefore is known as beta pleated sheet. Tertiary. Tertiary structure represents further folding of secondary structure, giving rise to two molecular shapes, that is fibrous and globular. And next, and that is last one, is quaternary. Proteins are composed of two or more polypeptide chains known as subunits. The spatial arrangement of these subunits with respect to each other is known as quaternary structure. All the fold types are shown in the slide. Now there is one more concept, that is denaturation of proteins. Denaturation is a process in which protein loses quaternary structure, tertiary structure and secondary structure, which is present in the native state by application of some external stress like temperature or pH or any other chemical change. Due to this, proteins lose its biological activity. Examples are curdling of milk, which is caused due to the formation of lactic acid by bacteria present in the milk. Now, next one, we come to nucleic acids. Every generation of each and every species resembles in characters in many ways. How these characteristics transmitted from one generation to the next? It has been observed that nucleus of a living cell is responsible for the transmission of inheritant characters. It is called heredity. The particles in the nucleus of cell responsible for this heredity are called chromosomes, which are made up of proteins and another type of biomolecules called nucleic acids. These are mainly of two types. One, deoxyribonucleic acid, DNA, and ribonucleic acid, RNA. Since nucleic acids are long chain polymers of nucleotides, so they are also called polynucleotides. Now, chemical composition of nucleic acids. On complete hydrolysis of DNA, we get a pentose sugar, phosphoric acid, and nitrogen containing heterocyclic compound known as bases. In DNA molecule, the sugar moiety is beta D2 deoxyribose, whereas in RNA molecule it is beta D ribose, which is shown in the figure. DNA contains 4 bases. 1. Adenine, 2nd guanine, 3rd cytosine, and 4th is thymine. RNA also contains 4 bases. The first 3 bases are common, but the 4th one is uracil, which are shown in the slide. Now, structure of nucleic acid. A unit formed by the attachment of base to first position of sugar is known as nucleoside. In nucleoside, the sugar carbons are numbered as 1, 2, 3, etc. When nucleoside is linked to phosphoric acid at 5th position of sugar moiety, we get a nucleotide. That means sugar plus base, nucleoside. Sugar plus base plus phosphoric acid, it results nucleotides. Nucleotides are joined together by phosphodiester linkage between 5th position and 3rd position of carbon atoms of sugar, of pentose sugar. The formation of typical nucleotide is shown in the figure. Information regarding the sequence of nucleotides in the chain of a nucleic acid is called primary structure. Nucleic acids have a secondary structures also. James Watson and Francis Crick gave a double-strand helix structure of DNA. 2 nucleic acids chains are bound about each other and held together by hydrogen bonds between pair of bases. The 2 strands are complementary to each other. Because the hydrogen bonds are formed between specific pairs of bases. That means adenine make bonds with thymine, cytosine with guanine. In the second structure of RNA, lacics are present which are on the single strand. Sometimes they fold back on themselves to form a double helix structure. RNA molecules are of 3 types and they perform different functions. They are named as messenger RNA, represented by mRNA, ribosomal RNA, rRNA, and transfer RNA, tRNA. Biological functions of nucleic acids. A DNA molecule is capable of self-duplication during cell division, and identical DNA strands are transferred to daughter cells. Another important function of nucleic acid is the protein synthesis in the cell. Actually, proteins are synthesized by various RNA molecules in the cell, but the message for the synthesis of a particular protein is present in DNA. That's, dear students, this is all about chapter biomolecules. Thank you.